tonight, the world falls away, slowly, quietly, until there is nothing left but you. Your mind empties. Your body softens. And the quiet here is different from anything you've known. It doesn't feel empty. It feels safe. You come awake, suspended in the deep void. Your shoulders drop slowly, releasing weight. A quiet heaviness spreads through your arms and legs. Your breathing shifts, longer and more even. No urgency pulls you anywhere. You simply hang in this wide openness. Above you, countless points of pale light rest. Each one holds its place, steady and unblinking. There is no flicker here, only a distant, steady shimmer. You notice how soft the shadows fall on your suit. There are no thin edges to this space. Your body drifts lightly, almost without effort. You lean back gently, gazing upward. A narrow band of faint luminescence stretches across the void. It spills a muted glow, cold and distant, across your skin. You reach out with a slow hand. Your fingertips pass through transparent dust motes. They catch a pale gleam and fall apart. The weightlessness feels like floating in cool water. But the cold is more precise here, focused at the surface. You pull your hand back to watch the particles scatter. Their motion is lazy, steady to fade. A softness settles inside your chest. Steadily, the light fades below the horizon line. Your gaze follows it into the distant shadows. The emptiness widens all around you now. No sound but your own heartbeat, steady and distant. You stretch your legs, feeling the endless space beneath. It is vast, but it does not rush. You imagine the ages it has rested here. How many moments have passed in perfect stillness? You wonder if time flows at all in this muted. The blackness seems to deepen without end. A dim star flickers far off, a cool flame alone. It pulses with a patient glow. You glide gradually toward it. Your suit weightless but warm with your breath inside. The star's light sharpens, no twinkle, only steady fire. You blink and it remains, eternal and just beyond reach. A tender calm settles over your limbs. You pause, suspended in the immaculate dark. Nearby, a cold asteroid moves quietly on a gentle arc. its surface rough and ancient beneath your fingertips. You touch the stone, imagining its story of endless travel. Tiny fragments break away under your touch. They float around like unhurried sparks. You feel a faint coolness on your glove. You release it and watch the dust swirl. A comet drifts past in the distance. Its tail a faint, icy ribbon against the vast. You follow its silent passage for a long moment. The tail brushes your hand as it passes. Cold whispers like ice settling, then it vanishes. You drift further from the distant star. The emptiness folds around you in layers. A nebula glows pale violet, pale and distant. Its light touches you like the faint warmth of a dream. You reach into it slowly. The color spreads across your fingers, light and thin. Tiny currents seem to flow beneath the surface. You imagine the nebula's breath, a still pulse of creation, barely moving. You float there, watching the color fade softly away. Time slips by with no pressure. Your body becomes part of the slow current. A new light appears beyond, blue and soft. You move toward it, curious and easy. Dusty rings circle a silent, frozen planet. They shimmer faintly in cold, precise arcs. You reach out to touch the icy particles. They feel crisp like fragile glass. You imagine the cold has held them for centuries. No wind, no sound, only the hush of space. Your breath slows, deeper now even. You float there in that quiet ring. The planet's shadow curves across the surface. You linger, watching the tender line where day ends. A silent space station drifts steadily near the edges. Its panels catch faint light, metallic and dull. You coast toward it carefully. Your fingers brush the cool steel, smooth and still. A single window holds a dim glow. Inside, you imagine someone resting, waiting. The station moves gently around its orbit. You wonder about the stories held within its walls. A floating tether hangs, drifting like a lazy vine. You reach out and feel its slight vibration. It's a faint reminder of connection in the void. You move away gradually, following a still path. You pass through a dark corridor of shadowed space, a region where few lights dare to shine. Nothing but distant pinpricks faintly glow. You let your eyes adjust to the faint, muted traces. You reach out, touching the invisible threads of dust. They feel like whispers against your palm. You notice a small craft anchored nearby, silent and bare. Its surface is cold, reflecting no light. You imagine the stories it might hold, long journeys and quiet moments. You brush its hull slowly. The metal feels worn but steady beneath your gloves. A small panel clicks softly, surprising in this emptiness. You reflect on the vast loneliness surrounding you. Yet here, connections linger in small and secret ways. The narrow path you trace is mild and unbroken. You sense the steady heartbeat of the universe beneath it all. You pause in the darkness, weightless and still. A faint glow appears far beyond your reach. You sail toward the light with ease. The glow becomes a field of frozen atoms sparkling. A crystal cloud spreads wide, delicate and cold. You reach out carefully. The crystals tickle your skin like mild icicles. You let yourself melt into the cold calm. You rest there, suspended in the glittering haze. Each frozen particle a memory of ancient light. A hushed pulse pulses through them all. You trace a single path through the frozen stars. Your thoughts measured with the cooling air. Moving becomes lighter, almost a dream. A comet tail shivers faintly, a whisper trailing behind. You chase its motion with a slow smile. Its icy tail lingers on your glove. A cool sensation like soft frost. Then it fades gradually, gently away. The expanse widens again. You continue on your path, guided by the pale shimmer. Cosmic rays touch your visor, warm and rare. You watch as the particles scatter in measured spirals. Their dance is gradual and unhurried, like a breath. The distant field of frozen light widens. You glide deeper into its embrace. You arrive at a dense cloud of dust, hushed and wide. Its edges trail in faint gradients of gray. You extend your arm, letting particles settle on your skin. A curious texture like fine velvet. You wonder how long it has lingered here, untouched. The hush surrounds you softly. Stars glimmer faintly behind the veil. You feel the still boundary between light and dark. Your body sways slightly in the muted field. The cloud holds a gentle weight on your chest. Your heartbeat slows further, melting into the hush. You move gently toward a small clearing beyond. A patch of space opens, showing an empty stretch. Not empty exactly, filled with a faint, constant shimmer. You reach out and brush it away. The particles vanish like mist in sunlight. The scene is peaceful, untouched by sound or rush. You glide past calmly, lingering in the calm. Beyond lies a black expanse that holds no glow. It feels cool and deep against your face. You float there without purpose, watching the vast quiet. Your thoughts grow dim and unfocused. The field before you is endless and smooth. You touch nothing and everything at once. A glimmer catches your eye, a lonely quasar far away. Its faint, consistent pulse is hypnotic. You imagine the slow rhythm of its light. It reaches out through empty reaches with easy certainty. You feel the mild warmth of its glow again. Your gaze lingers on its endless pulse. You coast slowly, tracing the path past the quasar's reach. The blackness absorbs your outline completely. You become part of the hushed, vast, unbroken. A thin veil of cosmic dust brushes your face. You reach out your hand and feel the faint grit. It is soft, like ancient memories against your skin. An ancient star cluster glows dimly in the distance. The lights are sparse, each one holding a patient gleam. You approach gently, watching how the tiny worlds pulse. The cluster feels like a cradle of hushed life. Your fingers barely brush a shimmer of aged light. The peace there is tender and deep. You let yourself rest inside the glow. It resonates softly within your mind. An easy tide of light swells faintly around you. You wonder quietly how long it has been here. You are part of its steady unfolding story. You turn steadily toward the deeper dark beyond. You move into a vast stretch of velvet black. The space here is mild and unbroken. You feel your body light, almost weightless. The gentle emptiness soothes your limbs and mind. You inhale deeply. The calm feels like a light embrace. No new lights emerge. No colors stir or pulse. You let your senses dissolve, fading softly. The breadth of space wraps around you kindly. Steadily, you continue into the muted unknown. A distant cloud looms ahead, pale and wispy, barely there against the velvet sky. Its faint shimmer washes over your skin, an easy glow without heat. You move toward it cautiously, sensing stillness surrounding you. Tiny motes of cosmic dust twinkle within, as if suspended in gradual motion. The quiet fills you, comfortable and familiar now. You glide alongside, embracing the mild hush. A comet's tail surfaces in your vision, delicate and feather-like. Its silvery strands brush your fingers, cool and smooth. You follow its path for a moment, tracing the fading light. The comet recedes, a whisper trailing behind it, unseen and unheard. You wonder how long it's traveled through emptiness and time. Your body feels lighter, nearly weightless. The cloud stretches wider, a mist of pale blues and grays. It holds no sound, no movement, only calm space. You reach out, fingertips brushing against the fragile veil. A subtle tremor passes through it, almost like a sigh. This faint shift relaxes your breathing even more. You continue, sinking deeper into the muted. A small moon drifts slowly into view, coated in soft ice. Its surface reflects distant starlight with a faint, cool gleam. You hover near, sensing a coldness that never chills your skin. Fine crystals scatter gently beneath your hand, delicate and faint to the eye. The airless, silent envelopes you like a thick blanket. You ease past, welcoming the solitude. Near the moon, shadows pool in deep crevices, black and absolute. You peer into their depths, seeing nothing but empty space. Your mind slows, eyes softening as darkness invites rest. A single star flickers softly beyond the horizon, steady and mild. It feels like a quiet promise held just for you. You sail onward, drawn effortlessly by the stillness. The expanse widens. A crystal nebula glows faintly, pale lavender and white. Its glow is light, almost a living breath that caresses your senses. You drift closer, watching filaments weave calmly into the depths. The nebula's touch seems like silk, cool and light against your skin. You imagine the time it has spent growing, unfolding so silently. This place invites you to linger in its tender arms. Time slows here. You rest within the nebula's embrace, floating weightless. The cold is faint, neither biting nor harsh, just barely there. Dim stars flicker far off, steady lights that don't hurry or waver. Your thoughts muted, dissolving gently into the gentle fabric of space. You sense the rhythm of the universe, slow and unhurried. A fragment glides by, a shard of ancient rock, smooth and muted. You reach toward it, feeling its cool surface against your fingertips. It's silent as stone, untouched by noise or motion. You hold it briefly, then let it drift away on endless paths. This place feels endless yet intimate, stretching soft and unmeasured. Your body aligns with the gradual pulse of the cosmos. The nebula's glow pulses faintly around you, a whisper of light. You float here, suspended between stars and mild shadows. You think of home, distant and light, beyond all this hushed. The vast calm embraces you with tender understanding. You close your eyes, though sight is no burden in this space. A memory lingers, warm but distant, like a steady breath. A pale light unfolds ahead, steady and slow, a distant beacon. Its glow does not demand your attention, but invites ease. You pause, letting time dissolve into thin folds of presence. The colors wash away, leaving only the calm that carries you. You belong to the infinite now. Shadows stretch and blend, soft outlines fading from your grasp. Light dims further, blurring the edges where space meets space. Your breathing slows more, an easy rhythm without effort. Your body hangs lightly, as if melting into the vastness. You feel the weightless hug of quiet wrapping all around. The gradual pulse of distance hums beneath your skin, mild and deep. You glide with the calm, no place to go, no time to keep. Your senses fade to a faint haze of peace and nothing else. A cool stillness holds your mind in gentle suspension. Your thoughts drift away on steady tides of hushed. Your skin feels the tender coldness of space's embrace. The pale light is no longer separate, but part of you. You are part of the silent, holding space and breath. The faint glow behind your closed eyes gently softens now. You sink deeper into the great unspoken calm. No words come now, only presence remains. No movement ripples. No light calls. You rest in the vast hush, weightless and still. The quiet softens to a whisper of nothing. A faint pulse flickers at the edge of your sight. It feels like a heartbeat, slow and steady. You drift toward the source, drawn by its tender rhythm. A vast field of frozen hydrogen stretches before you. Its glow is mild, like a distant ember glowing through frosted glass. You trace the light with your gaze, thin and easy. The frozen field hums with muted energy you almost sense. Your skin tingles lightly, as if kissed by a pale warmth. You reach out. Tiny crystals shimmer where your fingers hover. Each particle shines with muted colors, soft blues and purples. They spark a subtle thrill beneath your gloves. You move onward through the calm expanse. Clusters of spectral ice float silently nearby. You watch one spin gradually, its surface etched with fine, delicate lines. They catch the faint pulse, bending it until it sweeps past you. It imagines ancient stories frozen in shards of light. You wonder how long this stillness has existed here. Your thoughts drift, dim and unbound. A silent comet arcs in the distance, trailing an icy veil. Its tail brushes your arm as it glides by. An easy chill seeps through your suit, crisp and clear. You follow it briefly, lulled by its hushed passage. Gently, it melts back into the pale void. The frozen field continues, unending and serene. Your pulse slows in time with the unseen heartbeat. Light bends around you, fragile and translucent. You watch it shimmer, bending gently like a thin mist. This moment stretches, endless and easy. You rest in the stillness, wrapped in milky calm. There is no urge to move. A thin silhouette emerges on the horizon. It is a dark expanse, a nebula void of dust and sound. Its edges fade into the quiet, like whispers slipping away. You glide closer, your breath steady and steady. Within, a hollow space holds nothing but absence. Black velvet folding gently between faint stars. Inside, the emptiness feels deep and wide. Your fingertips hover near a silent boundary. The cold whispers against your skin, tender and unhurried. No light scatters here, only soft shadows. You realize the hush is almost complete. Your heartbeat hums in the vast hushed. A tiny flicker leaps deep inside the nebula. Like a solitary spark, then softened once more. It fades, swallowed easily by the void's embrace. You feel weightless, deeper inside this hidden space. Time seems to pause, suspended in perfect ease. A hushed that fills your chest and calms your mind. You rest here, feeling the nebulous, gentle breath. Its silence a smooth blanket over your thoughts. Stillness stretches far beyond your reach. You float between moments, serene and slow. This hushed refuge cradles you softly. You begin to ease your focus, letting go. A faint shimmer traces the edge of your vision. Not a star, but a delicate shimmer of particles. They drift lazily, tender and measured. You reach, but they waver just beyond your grasp. Their glow is pale, like moonlight on quiet water. This place hums lightly with tender calm. You feel your breath settle deeper, long and easy. Colors fade to muted shades of gray and blue. Each motion feels lighter than the one before. You linger with the dim, fading light. Your body releases, the tension melting away. A thin glow pulses faintly, barely there. You watch, held by the mild pulse. The muted grows fuller, but never sharpens. The hug of space is wide and tender. Your thoughts thin, almost dissolving now. The light dims to a soft ember, then less. The shimmer fades. You rest in smooth emptiness. No movement presses close. You breathe lightly. Your body sinks into stillness. A faint warmth touches the back of your neck. Not heat, but a tender promise of peace. It eases the last edges of wakefulness away. Slowly, your mind unwinds. A gentle pulse, gone. Motion falls silent. Light slips away. The still is all that remains. Your senses soften and fade. You glide with nothing but peace. Your thoughts dissolve, light and unhurried. You rest in the quiet void. No stirrings, just endless ease. Just open space. Breathe faint. Stillness holds you. Presence fills you. Peace surrounds you. And gently, peacefully, you let go. The silence surrounds you completely now. Everything is still. Everything is calm. You drift you're safe. everything is still. You are safe.